Greetings YouTube, Fuzz here, and welcome to this Final Fantasy 15 update video. So some potentially discouraging news for those of you who are still playing the game and were looking forward to some of the upcoming DLC content that we were expecting next year. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out and thank you for all of those who are continuing to support me on Patreon, YouTube membership and by other means as well. Please do keep subscribed to my YouTube channel if you want to be kept updated with future Final Fantasy news going forward. So yesterday, Square Enix held a special Final Fantasy 15 program which they hosted online, and Akio Ofuji, hopefully I got his name right there, made some announcements regarding the future of the game. And Akio Ofuji is the global brand director of Final Fantasy 15. What Ofuji went ahead and announced was that 3 of the 4 DLCs that were planned for next year, so that's episode Aranea, episode Noctis and episode Lunafreya, those 3 DLCs have been cancelled completely. We will not be getting those pieces of content next year as was originally announced. The 4th piece of DLC, which was episode Ardyn, will still be coming out, and that will be having a March 2019 release. I'm guessing they've already done a lot of the work with that DLC, so as they don't want to cancel it. But the other 3, unfortunately, if you was looking forward to those and seeing how the characters of each of those DLCs was going to be expanded on, you will not be able to get those now, since, as I say, they have been cancelled completely. I find it quite interesting, in fact, that Square decided to create an event like this to announce such a thing. You'd have thought they'd have maybe just put out a press release or something. A lot of people that joined this stream, and this was a pre-recorded live stream, were sorely disappointed. They thought they were getting some exciting news regarding these DLCs, and then all of a sudden they were cancelled out of the blue. So seems to be a lot of companies lately that aren't making their announcements in the best possible way. Anyway, there is perhaps some more interesting news to come out of this, because Final Fantasy 15 was developed by Square Enix Business Development 2. However, Hajime Tabata, who was the director of Final Fantasy 15, has now resigned, and this was announced just after the news of the cancelled DLCs in the same video. But the thing is that Luminous Productions, I think it's called, which was another company set up within Square Enix to be headed by the same dude, Hajime Tabata, has ended up costing Square Enix a lot of money, something like $33 million, due to the fact that things haven't worked out how they wanted it to. That's according to another source which I found on the internet. However, what this all means for the future of Final Fantasy, I'm not really sure. But now that Final Fantasy 15 seems to be coming to an end now, from Square's perspective, and they've also announced in this video that Luminous Productions are going to be concentrating on new, large-scale, high-quality AAA game titles. Personally, what I'm thinking this could mean is that we could be now moving on to the next iteration of Final Fantasy, whatever that may be. I don't think this team has anything to do with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know some might be wondering that. That's been headed up by the first business division. This is business division number 2 we're talking of. But we might be seeing perhaps Final Fantasy 16 or something along those lines being put into the works now. I think that Final Fantasy 15 perhaps delayed that, since Square were putting so many eggs into this game. They didn't really want to compete with themselves by announcing Final Fantasy 16 then, but maybe now we'll start to see something like that in the near future. But anyway guys, that's the announcement I wanted to share with you. Those 3 DLCs have been cancelled. It sounds like there's some turbulence behind the scenes here with the Square Enix development team, so hopefully that's not going to impact the quality of the games they're giving us going forward. But please do share your thoughts in the comments section below. Are you disappointed that Final Fantasy 15 will only be getting 1 out of its 4 DLCs? One thing I would say, even though I was looking forward to these DLCs, I think Ardyn was perhaps the one I was looking forward to the most. And speaking of Ardyn, just to finish off here, I'm going to play you now the Ardyn teaser trailer, or the DLC teaser trailer that Square Enix also released during this event. But I just want to share a little bit of context with you. So the Ardyn DLC, as far as I understand, will take place 30 years before the events of the main game, and the characterisation of Ardyn will appear subtly different than how we've come to know him during the main Final Fantasy 15 experience. But that said, hope you enjoy the teaser trailer guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
やっと戻ってきた。ルシスはおよそ2000年もの間そなたを牢に閉じ込めていた。
ルシスの滅亡、それはそなたも望んでいるはず。
貴様に何がわかる。
何者だ。
特定できておりません。
敵であることに変わりはない。制止するんだ。目的は何だ。
やっと会えた。
兄上、
そんなせい。